Welcome to LSC, your local sports channel. It's high school basketball. Tonight we're at Kecoughtan High School with the Lady Warriors are 4-7 playing host to the Lady Bruins, who are 9-2. Right now, Coach, who is that? Coach Johnson's over there with Brent Musgrove. Let's go over and find out what he's got to say.
Thanks, Bob. Of course, I am here with head coach Roy Johnson of the Lady Bethel Bruins. Coach, congratulations on a great start to the year. You come in here tonight 9-2, and you haven't lost to a Virginia team. The two teams you lost to are ranked, and both from out of state, so that's a good omen for you. And talking about your team, you've got plenty of depth and plenty of scoring, but we're getting ready to go into the second half of the season now and a run at the playoffs. What does your team need to improve now to get ready to run at those playoffs?
Well, honestly, I still think that we can do better defensively. You know, I think that we've given some teams opportunities where they're comfortable on the offensive end, and our whole game plan is to try to make them uncomfortable and get out of what they want to do. So I think that we can pick it up and improve a little bit better defensively.
So you're looking to apply pressure more than anything else?
Yes, definitely. More pressure, and then even if we're in zone, just to still have talking better on defense and getting up in the face, not playing back and being loose in the zone, being more aggressive even if we're in the zone.
Let me talk about a couple of your players here real quick. Let me talk about number 10, Devondra Braxton. Tell me what she means to your team.
Devondra Braxton, also known as Day Day, that's what we call her. She's just an athlete, you know. She does everything that you ask. She's very coachable. She has a great mid-range shot. She can rebound and jump with the best of them. And the thing about it, she's improving because she's learning from being a post naturally, or a post over time, to now moving out to the wing. And she's done a great job being able to adjust to that role.
Let me go one more. Let me talk about Kelsey Phillips. What's her contribution?
Well, Kelsey is our senior. She's a captain, so you know her leadership is definitely the first thing. The other thing is defensively. Even though she's small in the post, she's very tough, you know, and she doesn't let people beat her, you know, and she always gets down on herself when somebody makes a shot, and it's so funny. I'm like, Kelsey, don't worry about it. They just made a good play. But she says, no, they shouldn't have scored. So, you know, that's what we ask, and she does a great job at it.
I always like a player that's tougher on themselves than anybody else. Let me ask you this one last question. Coming here tonight playing Kecoughtan, they got a couple of key players. What do you see you've got to do tonight? I mean, you've talked about pressure to make this game come out in your favor.
Well, we definitely got to keep them, run them off that three-point line. They shoot the ball very well, you know. So we got to make sure that defensively that we have a hand in their face, and then once they get the shot up, we got to limit them to one shot. You know, they're very athletic and they're very aggressive. So, you know, we got to try to play our game, but yet limit them for what they want to do.
Coach, I want to thank you so much for letting me talking to me early in the week, and thanks again for the help tonight.
Yeah.
Good luck. All right, Bob, back to you.
All right, thanks, Brent. I want to talk a little bit about Tez Mays Toomer, who you're going to talk to. He's just brand new coach over here at Kecoughtan, won a state championship when he was over at Surrey. But Johnson, Coach Johnson, his team is off to the best start in one of the teams in the district this year with the 9-2, and he just needs a big player on his team. Brent, you got Mays with you. Let's go back over to Brent.
Thanks again, Bob Coach. I'm here with Coach Mays Toomer. First year in this here program, and you started out gangbusters, and it's starting to level out a little bit for you now. But you've got a young team, and I have to be honest with you, I'm kind of impressed. Oh, you come 4-7, I believe it is, but you got so much youth. What are you working on so much now to try to get this team in balance?
Confidence, and just sticking to details. It's been the small things. Layups and free throws have cost us several games, but they're young and fighting through the nerves and all that. And then the experience, and they have to gain that. You gain that through game time. So get some game time experience. And unfortunately, it's during the season, so that's what we have to do.
When a team is so young like you've got, that's the only place they're going to get is in a game. Let's talk about a couple of your players. Let me ask you about Nigel Ellis. What does she mean to your squad?
I had first bringing her off the bench, and then, you know, for a little bit firepower off the bench, but her ball handling and, you know, she can excel, maybe even a little 6 more points here and there, but good ball handler, upcoming player, really good.
I'm going to ask you about one more. Nia Newton, am I saying that right?
Yes, Nia Newton, that's our center. Actually, even though she's a senior, she's young in basketball, and she's coming along. Last game, it was her first time I ever had a situation where she had a negative number that I liked. She missed 8 free throws, but she has never shot 8 free throws in the game. So she was being aggressive. And I hope that continues tonight.
It's just a shame you couldn't got into this business 2-3 years ago. But you're doing the best you can, bringing her along, and hopefully she keeps responding. Let's go to one last question. Of course, you're playing Bethel. They come in here tough tonight. They've been really strong in the district. What do you want your team to take out of this game? Of course, a win, but what do you want them to take out of this game tonight to move on?
Just competing. We want to get ready for, the conference play, as far as, the tournament. And so right now, we got to compete. We got to push back and, defend the home court. So that's what I like to see today. Let's compete. And, of course, we want to win, of course. But let's compete. Don't always take punches. We got to get some out. So tonight, I just want to see just a real gritty, hard fight. That's all.
Coach, you couldn't have said that any better. I want to thank you so much for coming over to talk to us.
Thank you.
And good luck tonight, and we'll see you again. Okay, Bob, back to you.
All right, thanks, Brent. I want to talk a little bit about our referees tonight. We got Forrest Short, who is the main man, Michael Davis, and Jansen Agena. These are the three guys that's going to try to control this game. Talk a little bit about our crew, our cameras on the end line. We got Randy Begoli and Steve Fryer. In the bleachers, Susan Bowers and Wube Gabray. Graphics and animation, Matt Buckwalder. Camera control operator, Renee Camden. Engineer and audio, Greg Lesko. Director, Krista Campbell. Executive producer Andy Foley, and we have Heather Eckstein with us tonight. She is a Kecoughtan student and an intern, and her main source of information is coming from Krista tonight. Brent, listen, we got some guys. We've got two of the top three scorers here tonight. Number 2 scorer in the district is Cam Wilson, playing for the Kecoughtan Warriors, and number 3 scorer in the district is the young lady at Bethel that was here at Kecoughtan last year, Alexis Great, and she's averaging 17 points a game, where Cam Newton is averaging 21. Oh, Cam Wilson. I knew I was going to do that. But this is going to be a game where you're going to find out what the pressure the Bethel puts on, because Mays Tuma told us the last game we did, he does point guard by committee.
And he felt that he had several good ball handlers, and that's what he, like you talked about, that's what he tries to do. He tries to distribute the ball when it's coming up court so that the other team can't concentrate on one person and pick them off and stop the ball from advancing down court.
Right. This young man over here at first year at Kecoughtan, he is used to basketball, coached about 4 or 5 years over at Surrey, won a state championship over there, went to the finals 2 or 3 different times.
Correct.
So he knows how to coach. What he's got to do is these girls got to start believing in him, and it's hard to come in the first year and get people to buy into your system.
As we've talked about before, usually by the time we've worked with a coach into the 3rd year, we start saying things like that. Now, this is your team, Coach. They've come along, and you haven't had to try to redo things or reshape things. And this is his first year. And when we talked to him before the season started, he was talking about how young his team was. And they lost a couple of key players that are playing for another team tonight here. And so these were key players for him for Kecoughtan last year that he lost to Bethel that he'll be seeing tonight.
Well, and you're talking about the youth of the team, and then he's got the senior
Wilson.
The senior who's your post player who is really young in basketball.
Yeah,
even though she's a senior.
Absolutely, yeah. And as I said to him, it's a shame they couldn't have gotten her in here a couple of years ago to get her the basics. But you know what? I'm glad she came out.
Yeah.
If you get a late start, so what? At least you're competing and you're out here. And evidently the coach thinks she's contributing because he's putting her on the floor.
Well, and that's what you got to go with your best athletes, and she's evidently a good athlete, just doesn't have the basketball skills. But she'll get those; they'll come, they'll come around. But tonight at Kecoughtan, this is both teams Division 6. So when you have both of them in the same conference, it means a whole lot more when you're playing each other.
We're going to do the national anthem now, I think, aren't we?
Yeah. Well, I think he told me Leanne Rain was going to sing tonight. Maybe she got stuck in the Well, I hope so. But while we're waiting for that to happen, if these young ladies have been working since early in the school year
Oh, yeah.
to get position. Even though football season was going on, they were still practicing, still working. And some of these young ladies run track, but most of them play basketball. We have technical difficulties. Lee Martin, our athletic director here, we're not going to have the national anthem because
Well, he was back there working as best he could. But I have to tell you, you're talking about Lee Martin. He's one of the athletic directors that we get the good fortune to work with here in the city of Hampton. And I'm going to tell you what, when we come here, he makes it as easy as anybody. You can go through all 4 high schools. We're very fortunate to get the work and the cooperation we get when we show up to do a game.
Well, and what really makes it nice is not only does he looks for us to make sure we got everything we need to do a ball game with and everything else, and we're doing the starting lineups, and our buddy Matt Buckwald will put the names up there for us. These young ladies got on a camouflage type warm-up there. I lost them. There you go. We got Kayla James, Nigel Roberts, Alexis Great, Day Braxton, and Naira Williams. And you got Naira Williams and Great, 2 good guards.
Oh, absolutely.
Either one of them can bring the ball up the court, and that's a plus for them. If Bethel had a big girl, if they had the young lady that's over at Kecoughtan, they would win the state.
You mean, yeah.
They may still win the state, but.
Well, I'm hoping they'll make a long run. They've got a good team. They've got a lot of good ball handling and some good shooting, which I'm sure you're going to see tonight implemented. But they're going up against a young team that lost a lot from last year.
Well,
and a new coach.
You're right, because 2 of this third leading scorer for Bethel was here.
Right.
So you got the second and third leading scorer in the district here.
Here's Kecoughtan starters coming up here now, Bob. Let's see what we got here. All right, for Kecoughtan House, we got starting Madonna Don, Naja Ellis, Cam Wilson, somebody to watch, Nia Newton, and Kayla Clifton. All of those girls are working real hard for this team, I'm telling you. And Coach Toomer is really, we've been out here and watching him work with them. And I'm going to tell you what, there's not much downtime that he's not on the floor going from one phase to the next. So.
Well, he not only coached teams, but he played basketball over in Suffolk area and then went to the Prentice School and won a championship at the Prentice School. And one of the things he told me, that they scrimmaged one of the college teams that were like William and Mary or something and just beat the fool out of them. He said these guys are so, well, wait a minute, you're a Prentice School. How can you beat us? Hey, you got good athletes, you got good athletes, right?
Yes, sir. I have to tell you, if anybody here listening to us haven't followed the apprentice program, you need to follow their baseball as well. They play over at the same stadium the pilots play at, and I'm going to tell you what, it's some interesting sports to watch those people participate.
Yeah, Brian Cave, that young man I coached in junior high school, was the coach over the Prentice School baseball.
How far back are you going, Bob?
That's as far as I'm going to talk about it.
You say they were all wearing double-breasted wide lapel at that time.
and don't forget that Roy Johnson played football over at HU and was one of the better quarterbacks that they had over there. And there was a quick pass, nice setup. Number Nigel Roberts just was looking for the score, but look at right here where you see.
Here's the pressure.
And they're going to double team. They're going to double team every chance they get.
And that's what they want. Good pass.
And that's Williams. Now Williams, who found Gate breaking for the basket, but you got the point guard for the Kecoughtan Warriors, that should just push the ball out. She didn't look to see if the player was open. And the second turnover, right?
You just called what I think we're going to see from Bethel the rest of the year, and that is they're forcing the ball to the side that you've talked about 100 times before they get across half court. And then as soon as they come toward the half court line, they're looking to jump them and pin them right here.
Well, you get them on the Kecoughtan doing a little double team in there.
Yep.
Nice shot that time. That was number 4.
That was Roberts.
Roberts, great using the board. You and I talk about that a lot. Use that backboard. That can be such a good friend for you. We got a foul on Kayla James. She just didn't get position fast enough. And if you're going to make the ball dribbler change direction because of contact, you're going to get the foul.
Yeah, that's the way it is now. I mean, you want to force the change before they get to you physically. Good move. Oh, good shot.
Yes, it was. Roberts came down with the rebound, and Williams bringing the ball up the court, taking it all the way in. Just didn't get the roll, but.
Of course, that's Ellis going with the ball. Good shot.
Good job.
That young lady's quick, too, brother, I tell you.
Yeah.
She does a lot of the ball handling for Kecoughtan.
And I like the way she said, okay, if you're going to stop me, you're going to have to foul me
That's
because
right.
I'm going to take it right to the hoop.
Good rebound.
Yeah, Day Braxton should have gave that ball up that time. She was double teamed.
Good look.
That was a good job by number 22 for the
Warriors. That was Newton we talked about.
Yeah, that's one young lady you were talking about during the interview.
Right. I like the way Bethel's moving the ball. Now, whether they hit the shots or not, you see how quickly they move the ball. Now, this is Wilson that's handling the ball for Kecoughtan.
Cam does a great job. She could probably be a point guard. There you go, right there.
It's 23. That was Clifton. She got her first bucket. She can shoot. If Kecoughtan's going to hang in this, she and Wilson both are going to have to hit the outside shots. Oh, that was
Boy, that ball was halfway down there. I know Kayla James saying, whoa, wait a minute, that ball was halfway down there.
There she is, that's a three.
And they have the lead, 7-4, they being the Warriors.
And that's what we were talking about before. If Kecoughtan's going to be in this game, they're going to have to hit some of those outside shots.
Nice
Good.
look underneath, a nice break underneath there by number
Braxton, number 10.
That's Day. I like that name, Day.
Well, trying to say her whole name every time we announce it wouldn't be here for. I get tongue-tied. Yep, 5.
Yeah, so
Timeout.
She is not usually the point guard. She's handled the ball. It's going to be a 5-second call if Coach Toomer had not called timeout.
Absolutely. Good thinking on his part. He saw that coming.
Yeah, you got to be aware of situations, but if you've got point guard by committee, and that's what Mays told me earlier in the year, you've got somebody that's not used to that, and they're looking to pass the ball, and you're just dribbling, and you got the defense within 6 feet. That 5-second call goes quick.
Yeah, and of course it's supposed to restart when you go from holding the ball to dribbling it. But,
right.
All right, Kecoughtan inbounding the ball. They got Dana bringing it up. That's Wilson with the ball.
They're trying to get the ball to Cam so that she get the open shot. You had a good chance to talk with her mother at the ball game. We was over here Tuesday.
What?
He said she stepped on the line.
Oh, okay.
She was on the line. I couldn't see it.
No.
Somebody was in my way, but I'm going to assume that she was right. And of course, that's Michael Davis, who gave you a hard time because you got on him last time.
Maybe it'll work for the best.
A nice drive that time by Madonna.
All right, that was on 32. That's Williams. That's only the second foul called, and we're 4 minutes into the game. I'm liking the way they're letting them play.
Yeah,
bro.
I am too. This is, and nobody's got advantage because of the play right now. And if they do, they've been calling the foul, which is great. Let them play. Let them play.
Yeah, those may count as we come down the line, but right now, Kecoughtan's not only holding their own, they're a little bit ahead of it. Good pass inside.
And we got a foul that time, and I think it's going to be on 22. No.
23.
23. And that's young
Clifton.
lady Clifton, Kayla Clifton.
And that's going to put Braxton at the line, I believe, in the Bob. Yeah.
Yeah.
Shooting 2, I guess.
Yeah, she was in active shooting.
Right.
Oh, that ties the game. But I'm impressed the way the Warriors came out here and were not intimidated. They're playing
No.
a team that has not lost anybody. Excuse me, we got Greg Lesko going by. Okay.
Looked like he's sneaking out the back door of his
Well-
house. I didn't want to say anything.
But Bethel has not lost to a team from Virginia.
Right. I wanted to make that point. I got a chance to talk to him over at
Yeah.
school the other day. And like I said, the two teams I lost to, one from Charlotte and one from West Virginia. And the one from West Virginia was like 15th in the nation. And the one from Charlotte has won their private school championship 4 of the last 5 years.
Wow. Well, that's what you want to do. You
Yeah.
want you want
Good-
to play these
good
non-conference games. Great competition. That's what you want.
Yep. It can't hurt you when it come down the stretch. Well, I have to tell you, I like Kecoughtan's zone. I mean,
Yeah.
they are shuffling. They're moving good. Now,
Not only that, they're getting their hands in the passing
right,
lanes.
right. Bethel's having to throw long passes, and that's because Kecoughtan's packed it down a little bit. They're not getting sucked out into the long shot until Bethel starts hitting some deep shots, and that's what Great wants to do. They're
No,
not,
that's Kayla James. who took
James,
that shot.
until she starts doing that.
Yeah, that's her second 3 that she has tried, and now we've got a
on-
foul.
It's on number 11, I believe he said. That'll be Wilson, Cam Wilson. That's her first.
And that puts, is that
Roberts.
at the foul line, just a junior. Well, I tell you, I'm impressed with the technique of foul shooting both of these teams. You can see the coach has worked on the
You see the release,
mechanics.
and the release and the knees. It's all there. The coaching has been there, like you say. She had a couple of new players come in.
Well, and one thing, the new rule is that the players rebounding can go as soon as the ball leaves the hand of the shooter, but the shooter can't. And there's your shot right there. Oh, just a little off. There was Cam, and that's her shot.
Good rebounding.
Yeah,
Just can't make it go.
Right, and Faith Butler ended up with that ball, number 30. We watched her play some the other night.
I love watching number 2 for Bethel. That's James, and she is in front of you all the time.
Yeah.
If she's got the ball, she is in front of you. Good rebound.
It's a long rebound. What you're going to get is a long rebound and a chance for a three-point play. And that's number 40 for the Lewis for Kecoughtan.
And the foul is on.
I didn't get the foul. And your buddy behind you didn't either. And I'm talking about James Joyner. He's kind of giving us a little help here. We're trying to find out who the foul was on.
We'll get it at the halftime if nothing else. Good three-point play.
Old-fashioned three-point play. I love to see the Kecoughtan girls get in the passing lane. They're not making any steals, but they're touching the ball, so that makes the passers stop and think a little bit about it.
Well, Bethel's not able to move their offense right now like they want to, and that's what they're doing out there, disrupting it. Pass. You see these long passes. Now that's from downtown, folks.
Downtown, way downtown. That's about 4 foot behind the three-point line. I tell you, there is battling going on underneath there. About 3 or 4 girls had to hold that ball for both teams.
But they're letting them play.
Right, and that puts Day Braxton back on the line, shooting 2.
And that was on Butler, I believe.
And I know Roy Johnson over there scratching his head. I know she's a better foul shooter than that.
Well, that was her first miss, but she's 2 for 3 right now. Let's see who he calls.
I think he's going to call on number 30. Yep.
Yep, that's her second, if I'm not mistaken. Yep, that's her.
Faith Butler. She came in the other night. She got 3 quick fouls. Oh, Alexa, great. Use that board again. How many times we said you come from that angle, you use that backboard.
Well, that's the second one on Wilson, too. And they cannot afford to get her in trouble.
Oh, wow. That 2 on Cam?
Yeah.
Oh, my. Oh, Bethel's just having trouble with the foul line.
Good drop off on that pass.
Oh, that could have been might have been a travel she got by with. Drug that leg. But you look at Bethel is looking to run all the time. And she just took that ball right into everybody, and that's Kayla Clifton. Drew the foul. Foul is on number 5. That would be.
That's going to be great.
Alexis Gray got that foul. But it was a scramble out here for the ball. Kecoughtan ended up with it. The one, and this is inexperienced, but one of the Bethel girls had the ball and she was laying on the ground, thought, I better get rid of it.
Yeah,
and she got rid of it right to a Kecoughtan player.
Yeah, and she, like you said, is almost like, gotta go.
Yeah, number 24 for the Bruins check in, and that's Raven Jarvis.
Good rebound.
Oh,
that was a great rebound.
you got to like Roberts. That was great. When it looked a little bit like our buddy Carrera from Kecoughtan, boy, he'll go for a rebound in a heartbeat.
He'll go up above everybody.
And inadvised pass. Sometimes when you throw those cross-court passes, you just throw them too hard.
Yep. Just trying to get it out of the corner. And,
yeah.
Good passing.
And Great comes down with the rebound again. Now she's going to take it to Williams. Nice dish and good floater by Williams. Naira Williams, 32, just a junior. Daddy is the head track coach over Bethel. Has only won 13 state championships indoor and outdoor track. And there she makes the steal. Oh no, it's the third one. Oh, she should have just let her shoot it.
Yep.
You don't want to get foul trouble, not your premier shooter, and yet she's going to be going to come out.
That's her third foul.
Madonna Dahl going to come in for her.
Yeah, like you said, Bob, she should have just let that go.
You're more valuable on the court
than those 2
with
points.
2 fouls than sitting on the bench with 3.
That's right. Well put.
Did I get that right?
You did good. I was stumbling just hearing it.
Well, she got 1 or 2. 2-point lead for the Bruins. And now they trail by 1 is number 10, Chelsea Sears, hits a 3-pointer.
Good step. Oh, she just didn't use that glass.
Yeah, got to use that glass, but that was a great drop step.
Yep. Oh, that's... Yep,
and that foul on Dow.
That was easy for us to call.
Yeah. And that should be the 7th team fouls, would make it a 1-on-1 for the Bruins. Only 4 fouls called against the Bruins so far.
And I should put, I think it's great to the line, I believe.
Yes, you're right. The young lady has committed to
George Mason.
George Mason. Is it George Mason? And that's where the JV coach for Bethel went. Nice touch.
We're on the second one. I'm going to be complimentary here. Don't let me shock you, but I love the way these guys have let the two teams play. You've seen some talent.
Wait a minute. I'm shocked.
Huh?
You said no shock me, but you shocked me. No, they are. You're absolutely correct.
Boy, she just good kick out. Oh.
Knowing how much time on the clock, how many times have you seen, even in boys' games, guys dribble the ball and the buzzer goes off?
And
Now Williams knew.
Good floor presence, like you say, knowing where you are, what the game situation is. And she just got the shot off. I'm going to talk about this.
Yeah.
Just right now we're looking at 14-13 in favor of Bethel. But let me just go over Bethel real quick. You got Great with 6 points. And she's 2 for 3 from the free throw line. And then you have Braxton with 4 points, and she's 2 for 3 from the free throw line. And you got Naira Williams with 3 points, and she's 1 for 2 from the free throw line. And let's go over here and take a look at Kecoughtan.
Well, there's a good shot of right then. It was Mr. Saunders. I call him Jerry. He goes by something else.
Right now,
Bethel's principal. I'm sorry.
No, right now, Clifton, of course, number 23, she's got a deuce and a tray. She's got 5 points, and then the rest of the points are scattered out. Sears has a 3 for Kecoughtan, and then you got a couple other players with 2 or 3. So, I mean, Kecoughtan's well balanced right now. Both teams are fairly well balanced, but I'm a little shocked at the free throw situation and the fact that we've watched both of these teams be pretty consistent at the free throw line, and they've missed more than we usually see them miss. Well, we're going to the second quarter to see if the averages catch up. Kecoughtan's ball.
And Kayla Clifton is number 23, staying out. She's the point guard. And she's going to take the 3. And another downtown shot. Long rebound.
Good.
They just got the ball too late to her.
Too late.
But she was, in her defense, she was trying to get control of the ball.
Correct. Yeah.
But Naira went too deep. She was underneath the basket when she got the ball, stepped out of bounds.
Or she started backing up.
Bethel in a zone right now. Did a good job of drawing the foul that time. Alexis Great, she knew that young lady was going to be able to block her shot. And that was number 23, I think, Kayla Clifton.
That was number 2 that got the foul.
Well, I thought he said 2 and 3. So I might be wrong.
Well, anyway, I have it as for number 2, and that was their second foul. But that's putting that's Great at the line, right?
Alexis is on the line, shooting 2, got the first one.
She's one of the premier free throw shooters in the girls' organization. They got a young girl over at Phoebus that's pretty strong too. She's 4 or 5 from the free throw line. But what we're watching is Kecoughtan is trying to pass the ball in the zone, and they're just not throwing the ball at good angles. They've not.
Right.
Bethel's not too down. Just I don't want to say it's a lazy pass. It's just not a good angle to throw the ball.
And when you're throwing the ball over somebody's head, you got to remember when they put their hands up, they're taller than they were when you're standing there looking at them. Now there's no way he could have saw that reach in. I mean, he saw the reach in, but he has no idea whether they made contact or not. But that's a 5th team foul against the Bruins. I can't see who
he called it on. I could not see who he called that one on.
Had to be on Alexis Gray. She's the one that's out here.
Okay. And that's her second. We'll go with that for now. Kick it. Get it inside. Let me tell you what, they're rebounding well.
That time number 24 for the Bruins end up with the ball, and that's Raven Jarvis. I like that name, Raven. That was good double team in the corner.
Absolutely. Oh, my.
A little late on the call there.
Oh, my.
That'll put Kecoughtan shooting 1 and 1.
And that's her third. on great, and I did not see a contact.
Well, not only that, the ball had already been passed.
She beat it, got by our lady who reached for the ball, but her defender. Number 4 is throwing a little bit lazy here right now.
Well, and again, it's I like the way the Kecoughtan
playing the
ladies are getting in the lane.
Yeah.
And we got a substitute right now for the Bruins. Day Braxton comes back in, replacing Roberts.
This is a big move right now because Day comes in with no fouls. That's what I've got.
And Damian Lewis sits down.
Good hustle.
Yes, it was.
Good
and I
hustle.
thought for a minute she's going to shoot a layup. Alexis again draws the foul on 20, it looked like.
On 30.
30.
Yeah, he called that on, and that's her third. That's Butler's third, if I've got it right. So Kecoughtan now has 2 players with 3 fouls.
Well, we remember the other night we come in and faced Butler, pick up 4 quick fouls. If you remember correctly, in that game we was over here when they were playing Heritage.
Well, this is not the young lady you want to foul, I can tell you that right now. That's a great picture. Look at that picture right there. Good work, guys.
That's your Randy Bagoli down there at that end line.
Seeing some old.
Oh, nice shot there. That looked like number 10 got that ball. That Data. I'm sorry. Chelsea Sears.
Is that a 3 or a 2? I couldn't tell. Well,
There's a 3, and that was by Kayla James. A little tough to get the ball inside there. Michael Dunn is here in the house. Everybody stand up. Michael Dunn, a quarterback who won the state championship over Bethel High School back in the 70s.
Bethel's able to come up with that rebound.
Yeah. You got to be impressed with these Kecoughtan girls are not afraid to take a shot.
Good work. Just
got
can't
her
get
own
it to fall.
rebound. Yeah, she got 2 shots there. Got her own rebound.
It's on 24 for Bethel. It's on Jarvis. Well, we're starting to get into the fouls now. Now, was she in the act of shooting, or was that on the floor? I don't know. I haven't seen.
Well, it's a 1-and-1.
Is that what he called? Okay.
It's a 1-and-1. Yeah.
Okay.
Alexis Great sitting down, going to take a break with 4 minutes and 37 seconds to go in the first half of play here. The Kecoughtan High School. Today's date is. What is the date today?
9th. Today's the
9th of January, 2015, or inaugural.
Thereabouts.
Yeah, 2015. There's Kayla James again.
Now, I'm going to tell you something, folks. She usually hits that shot. She's pretty strong.
We got a foul called on against the Warriors, it looks like.
I think it's going to be on number 3. Yeah.
Is it 3 or 2? That must be 3. I don't see a 2 out there.
Yeah, I think it's on Ellis. And this puts Braxton on the line. I'll tell you what, it's got to be cellophane on these rims for both teams.
Just having trouble getting that bounce. It just sometimes it just doesn't work.
That's simple.
There you go. That was a better looking shot. Got more lark on it, but this still didn't go. 0 for 2. Bruins still hanging on to a 6-point lead.
Oh. They're bringing it back up top.
That
start
zone
again.
is very active for the Bruins, too. They're going to force the outside shot.
He started to blow the whistle, but didn't.
Well, he was really in a position. The referee underneath had a better look at it. Didn't call it. That time he called a foul. It's on 40 for
So,
the
Bruins.
Yeah, that's Kelsey Phillips.
Yep. And that puts Sears to the line.
Yeah, shooting 1-1.
And they're bringing Wilson back in. I guarantee he's had a talk about letting the play go. I don't need you playing strong defense right now, although that's hard to get out of a good player's mind.
Well, it is, especially when you know I can block the shot, but you might get a good block, and we've seen this in more than one ball game where the foul is called regardless whether you get a good block or not. Once he blows the whistle, I don't care how good a defensive play you made.
Can't take it back.
Yep.
Yep, got to win the 5-point game.
Number 42, junior McKenna Holloman is in for the Bruins.
And they've got Myra Williams bringing the ball up now. But you look, it's a 1-3-1 that Kecoughtan's playing.
Yeah.
It's forcing that long pass over the top. It's going, and she's holding it too long in the corner. I don't know if she got forced out or not.
Well, he's going to call a foul.
On 10.
And that's the
Braxton, that's her first.
No, that was against the Chelsea Sears.
Oh, there you go. Oh, that's her first too. So we're all.
You were right half of the time. Right?
No matter what, I'm just an amazing human being.
You are. Boy, I tell you, they are struggling.
I've never seen anything like. Both of these teams are usually fairly strong.
Roberts is a much better foul shooter, and I know she's getting frustrated too. And the shot looks good. It's just off center.
I think somebody's put some cellophane up on that thing. I really do. You sit down in that hole. It's back. Now Bethel's zone is really moving good right now.
Right. What you're trying to do is rotate the ball over and get Cam to get that shot. She's a great three-point shooter. I'm talking number 11, who's got the ball right now.
It was close on that long pass.
That cross-court pass could be dangerous. With 2:58 and counting.
You bring Wilson around to this side. And she had her there for a minute, but then went away from her. And, golly, days are a lip on that thing.
There we go. Got the rebound.
42 for Bethel. That was Holloman. Go ahead.
Now you're going to call the foul on Braxton. And that puts, who's that on the line? I can't see.
Number 10 on the line also for Kecoughtan. That's Sears. And she's shooting one.
Kayla James.
Well, she
I
gets.
I don't know about that basket. Yeah, I think you're right. Unless you hit dead center, that's not going in.
There ain't nothing forgiving about that basket, I'm telling you.
Right there. Nice steal.
Yep, and you had a breakdown floor.
Yeah. Did not look down the court, but you maintained possession of the ball, and that's what you want.
Well, Bethel's passing across it. Now, see, she needs to take that jump shot, and she'd have had it. She drove in,
Yeah.
and she was wide open for the jumper. Of course, by the blowing the whistle, it might be the thing to do is to take it into the crowd. Now 1:40 to go, Bob, and Bethel's ahead by 7 points, 23-16. Kecoughtan's gone on a little scoring slump here. Nobody's gone crazy the last couple of minutes. Oh, my.
Okay, number 23 for the.
Is that who called that on?
Yeah, that's Clifton. Kayla Clifton was.
That's her second.
And that'll put the Bruin at the line shooting 2. And again, we go back to Roberts.
Well, I hope she gets this thing straight. She's got a nice shot. Just can't.
Mechanics are there, just like it's off
Not
center.
meant to be.
Yeah, good shot of her. There we go. Then that gives you confidence. You make one, you feel good, and okay, now I can do it again. Got a couple of substitutes for Kecoughtan.
With 1:13 to go. Of course, Kecoughtan's got 2 players with 3 fouls, and Bethel's got 1 with 3 fouls right now.
Angel Savage, number 50, checks in for the first time. Got them both. Got them both.
Finally got a kiss that counted. I mean, she'd been bouncing all around that thing. Finally it hit and said, okay, I'll give you 1.
But I tell you, slowly they have built a 9-point lead, but it's not been easy.
No. Now the big girl in there for Kecoughtan, number 50, she just got to learn to get those hands. There you go.
There you go. Get the hands up. That's the only way they're going to get the ball to you. That's your pivot.
She's got a shot. There it is.
But you got to get it high enough.
Yep. Good pass.
And she
Nice
waited until the defense took a step towards her. Naira Williams, great job.
Made the defense commit. Now
Right.
The pass is there.
If the defense didn't commit, she'd have taken it in, shot the layup. First double-digit lead of the game. Took a little skip step before she goes. You do that little jab step, you're gonna get these.
You're gonna get the whistle.
Yeah, they'll call it.
You're gonna get the whistle. You can't get that little, like you say, kick your foot back before you go. Get your kick up, staying down or up.
We got 13 seconds, and I would bet you that Naira Williams knows how much time is on that clock.
She doesn't. There we go. There it is, off.
Oh, right on the money.
Perfect, perfect.
Yeah, that gives them a 30 to 16-point lead. All right. We got 16 to 30 in favor of the Bruins. We'll be back right after this quick timeout. Welcome back to Kecoughtan High School, where the score is 30 for the Bruins and 16 for the Lady Warriors. I'm Bob Hens along with Brent Musgrove. This is the 9th of January 2015, and we've got a pretty good game going on here. It's much closer than it looked like. Naira Williams hit a three-pointer right at the buzzer to give Kecoughtan the Bruins that lead. Right now, Brent, we've seen some of these young ladies really put up some scores, but miss a lot of free throws.
Yeah, it's really kind of amazing. We've watched this before. Of course, we've got great for Bethel, who's hitting her free throws. She's 6 of 7 from the free throw line. But then we start dropping it back, and we got a couple of players that are 2 for 6. And I don't want to put names out there and stuff like that. So it's just unusual what we're seeing. You go over and look at the Kecoughtan side. Kecoughtan hadn't been to the line that much, but I think they're only like 1 for 5 from the free throw line, something like that. I see my buddy Carl Gunther standing up there up top, hands in his pockets.
The one with got the least amount of hair.
Yeah, the one with least. But let me tell you something. People may recognize him if you ever get a look at his face. He runs all over this peninsula.
Yeah, you'll see him running,
I don't know
absolutely.
I don't know if his wife lets him have a car. I don't know. I'm waiting to see
Maybe
him.
that's the reason.
I'm waiting to see him with a basket on his back so that she sent him to the grocery store, too, because he runs everywhere.
Well, we got one young lady for the Kecoughtan Warriors, number 11, Cam Wilson, 3 fouls in the first half, and that's really kind of put a damper on it. He brought her back in with 4 minutes to go in the game. They tried to set her up a couple times with the three-point shot. She's a great shooter. But Kecoughtan is playing against a good zone from the Bruins right now, and they are very active. And it started off man-to-man, putting pressure all over the court. But then they've got a couple girls. Next is a great for one, had 2 fouls on them. They didn't want to get the third foul, came back out and got into that zone.
Great's the only player on the floor with double figures. She's already got 10 points, but you also got Braxton with 7. So that's the strength of where Bethel's coming from. But let's talk about the fouls just for a second. If you look at Kecoughtan, they got 3 players, and that's Wilson, Clifton, and Butler, all with 3 fouls going into the third quarter. And that's strong. We're talking about starters, all. Now you go over and you look at Bethel. They got 1 player, and that's Great. And no, she doesn't. I took one away. She's only got 2. So they've got Great and Braxton and Williams with 2 fouls apiece.
So that's a big advantage.
Big advantage. But Bethel, surprisingly, has stayed a lot in the zone. They'll jump out on Kecoughtan. Other than the first, 3 or 4 minutes when the game started, Bethel was right in Kecoughtan's face, denying the ball. And they got some turnovers, and then they just kind of backed off it a little bit.
Well, and I think they were more afraid of getting the girls in foul trouble. But I look for the Bruins to come out and put pressure again on the Kecoughtan Warriors because they will drop back into that zone, and Kecoughtan kind of, okay, we don't have to worry about getting the ball up the court. We can bring it down, set up an offense, and but you know, if you come out and jump into a man-to-man real quick, you get them to thinking, oh my goodness, and start hurrying, and hopefully you'll cause some turnovers if you're Bruins.
We've seen a man-to-man off the box coming out of on the gun on a quarter. Only be played for 2 minutes, 2.5 minutes, but has an effect for 4 or 5 minutes because the team is still wondering when it's going to come. So they come up the floor different even after it looks like the man is off, the man-to-man. But Kecoughtan's problem right now is 3 players, all starters, with 3 fouls, and we'll see how Kecoughtan's able to adjust to that and how they make that play work out.
Well, right now, Kecoughtan's got a 14-point deficit. So they're going to have to do some stops, make some foul shots, hit a couple of – they've taken a lot of three-pointers and probably have only hit a couple of them. So I don't know how many young ladies have got three-point shots for the or three-point baskets for the Warriors right now, right.
Now let me just take a quick look and see what I can come up with. I think I've only got 2.
Right.
And I think Sears has 1 and Clifton has 1.
Right, and I know that they have shot at least 12.
Yeah.
From the what we call behind the arc.
There it is. Open it up second half.
Kecoughtan's going to stay in that zone. They're pretty active in that zone. They're making the Bruins pass the ball over the top.
Nice pass.
Nice. Kayla James snuck in behind the players, and Alexis Great looked for it. And there you see the full court, what I was talking about, and that's what I kind of expected the Bruins to come back out. And you see who's handling the ball.
Good shot. They had the follow-up.
And that was Cam Wilson with it. And looking ahead.
And there's Great.
Great not only made the pass, but came down and got the rebound.
She made the pass underneath and was the first one there as a backup. That's pretty strong, pretty quick.
Yes, it is. And there's again, and that's Kayla James made the first 5 points of the second half.
I think she's decided to make a statement, Bob.
Well, she's the three-point guru on that team. She will not only shoot the three well, but you can't leave her open. You got to put a hand in her face.
Where were we? Over at Phoebus when she stood out there and was shooting the ball from and she made 8 or 10 beyond the arc, something like that. That's what I like about Cam Wilson, number 11. If you just saw that ball passed off, she could have taken a shot and forced it a little bit, but she tried to maneuver for a better shot. And there's a drive.
And as Williams, she saw that she couldn't make the pass, and all of a sudden they've jumped down into a 21-point lead, and Mays Toomer says, hey, we got to do something. We got to stop the bleeding somehow.
Now, if you're the coach for Bethel, what are you telling her? If you've got Wilson down low for Kecoughtan, see number 11.
Right.
Take the ball to her.
Make
Drive,
her play defense.
Make her play defense. Drive the ball at her. She's their biggest threat offensively for the most part. She's one of their biggest threats, and she's already got 3 fouls. So as a coach of the other team, you got to be cognizant of that. If I can make that person either back off and let me score, which is what just happened, or commit to stopping it, you're going to win either way.
Well, I don't think the Bruins have missed, but have they missed a shot the second half? If they have, they've only missed one.
Well, yeah.
But I can't remember missing one. And again, they're full court. They'll put pressure on them all over the court. And that's an offensive foul. Day Braxton stood right, held her ground. And the foul was on Kayla Clifton for the Warriors.
And that's her 4th.
She just a little out of control driving through the lane.
Well said. Yep, that was. Now let's see what Bethel's going to do.
Kecoughtan's come out with the man-to-man.
At some point, there should be a jump ball.
And I think it is, and goes to the Warriors.
Yeah.
And we got a substitute coming in right now, number 12, Fields.
She had to come in for 23. She had to come in for Clifton. Clifton's got 4.
You got 4 fouls. You got to get her out of there.
Good pass.
And the littlest player on the court, Kayla Dale. I love her. She's not only a good shooter, but she has hustles, made a couple of shots underneath the basket, for criminy's sake. And look at that. Knew where that ball was going.
Oh, I love the way she used the glass.
Yep, me
Make
too.
the shot or not. I love the way now that's what you like right there. She drew up, shot the 8-footer instead of trying to force something. And there she is back hustling, getting defense. That's Wilson.
Kayla just waited too late to get the ball to her. But that was a nice job that time by Nia Williams, intercepting the ball and getting it back into Kayla James Ham. Kayla's had 7 points in this quarter, in the first 3 minutes of this quarter. Oh, nice pass off.
Nice work.
Good job that time. Nia Newton made that shot, but it was a good pass.
Well, that's a good position for her. She gets that paint, and they let her get the ball in there. If she can score from there, she's going to be strong for a long time.
Yeah, she is.
She went for the glass.
Shooter's bound.
Yes, sir.
Alexis Gray. Little pressure that time caused that pass to be a little off center, but also a little harder than probably Cam would have normally passed that ball.
But you called it, and that was that Bethel needed to come out into a man.
I just had a feeling that they're going to come out and try to, because they didn't get what they wanted the first quarter when they come out and it jumped in that zone and got the lead, but all of a sudden, boom.
Kecoughtan was coming back. Now you look at this. Kecoughtan is not as deep as Bethel.
No.
And with the fouls are more trouble.
And now Williams on a floater.
Yeah, she's
very active. I like that. Going to call Kayla James for a foul that time, reaching in.
That's her second.
There's only been 2 fouls called so far. Oh, that defense caused that turnover.
Well, she tried to force the ball into Williams when Williams' man was standing right on her. I mean, there was no room for the pass. Yeah, Bethel's going to, I don't know if they're going to take the air out of the ball, but now they can afford to just be methodical about it.
Wanted to give the ball up, gave it up. Kayla James.
And pass it.
And looking for somebody to pass the ball to, but that's defense.
Yep.
And if you hawk enough, you're going to get some turnovers. You just got to be careful about reaching in and slapping at the ball. And I haven't seen that tonight.
No. Well, that was Dana. How do you pronounce it?
Day-Day?
Day-Day. No, that was D-A-N-A. Dana. Just got a little try to go between two players and couldn't control the ball. Yeah.
A little excited.
She had a good shot.
That's right. She was a good job that time. Now Williams getting the ball to Kelsey Phillips.
Nobody underneath. And the first thing you got to look at, what did she look at? She looked down floor. That was Naira Williams. First thing she did, who hit that? Wilson?
James, Kayla James. And she's double figures this quarter. And at least 2 threes.
Yep.
And a 30-point lead. I mean, it's
just jumped.
Well, and they've getting some good looks at the basket, and that's what you want. And he grabbed a hold of it. That's number 3 on Alexis Great.
That's 3. Good call. Yeah, I think Kecoughtan scored 2 points in this. Yeah, 2 points in the third quarter.
Now Williams sits down, taking a breather. And they put Kayla James on the point guard.
Good shot.
Yeah,
Yes,
she
sir.
did. Take it right to him. It could have drawn a foul almost that time. There was a little contact there.
Well, there haven't been a lot of whistling this quarter, and that's fine. They're playing basketball, but I don't know that. That was a little bit wilder than.
And there Cam Wilson. Nice pass that time. Find your open player breaking for the basket.
You believe that's her first 2 points?
That's hard to believe. But Kecoughtan right now has not been looking down. They haven't gotten many. Yeah, she walked. She drug her pivot foot. But they haven't had many opportunities for a fast break, and they took advantage of that one.
And every time Kecoughtan's come down, once they get to the half-court line, Bethel's waiting to man up with them almost.
Yeah. And that was a foul. I missed the shot.
Yep.
And I'm going to try to make something happen. Well, she went down there and got a foul call on her, and that's I'm talking about Ellis. Mr. Richard Hall here tonight. Glad to see him. One assistant coach over here at Kecoughtan High School, former Bethel High School player.
We've got a little stop here and play with it to get things together. 1:05 to go in the third quarter. Bethel has put 26-point lead up on the board. Kecoughtan's only scored, I think, let me take a look. 8 points. 6. Let me make sure I'm getting backwards here.
They had
6
18.
points. They scored 6 points in the third quarter.
Yeah.
And Bethel, like you called it, James has put up 10 points.
I knew she was double figures.
2 threes, 2 twos. And Bethel coming up with the ball again. Good drop step.
You need that drop step. We've got 46 seconds left in the third quarter, and it's been all Bethel.
You called that on number 2 for Kecoughtan, and that's her third.
And that's Roberts at the line, be shooting 2. Oh, I'm sorry, shooting once, you got the basket. And she got a nice shot, and much better shot for her. Good mechanics that time. Well, that might have been a
double dribble there.
Somebody missed that.
Yeah. Jump ball. Good call. Ball goes to Bethel.
Yeah. Robert said, that was my ball, my rebound. What are you doing with it?
Yeah.
The Kecoughtan girl says, I got it right too also.
27 seconds to go. Let's see if Bethel plays for one.
Let's see. Lexa Great got the ball. Nice move inside and used the left hand. Did you check that out?
Yeah, I liked it. That was on number 2 again. And I think that is her 4th. And this puts Roberts back at the line again. And she's definitely worked out her struggles in the first half.
Yeah.
Well, 12 seconds to go. The first thing she did was look at the clock.
Almost got it. 2 seconds to go. She's taking it all the way in. Draw the foul. Going to shoot 2.
And I think that's on Wilson. I think that's on Wilson. That's her 4th, I believe.
Well, I didn't see the official when he made the call over there. A little tough on this side with their back to us. Sometimes we don't get to see it. And you're right. You talked about premier foul shooter, and she is on the line right now.
I don't say anything till after she shoots this. Is that okay with you?
You already did.
Yeah, I didn't say. I deferred.
Okay.
See?
Oh,
Well,
that the deferred did it.
Well, she is now 7 for 8 from the free throw line because you brought it up. I'm going to blame it on you.
Why not?
Just to bring you up to date there, that big advantage in the third quarter. James had 10 points in the third quarter. Roberts had 5 points in the third quarter. Great had 5 points in the third quarter. And Naira Williams had 4 points in the third quarter, all for Bethel. Go over to Kecoughtan. They had 3 players with 2 points. And that's Ellis, Wilson, and Newton for the points that they scored in the third quarter. Pressure is what you talked about.
Yeah, they came back out second half and did what I thought they would do. And I'm sure Coach Johnson said, listen, we came out that first quarter and you guys weren't doing what we wanted you to do and get some easy baskets. We're going to start the second half and we're going to do what we should have done the first quarter. And they did it.
And let's see if he comes out now. He's got this lead. He's got a 32-point lead. See if he backs off a little bit. Doesn't look like it. They're at the half court.
No,
line.
they're gonna continue to pressure. That's his philosophy.
It's his game.
It's man to man. We're going to pressure you. We're going to make you make some mistakes, and that's what's happening right now. Madonna Daw is the one that's the point guard. Turnover, and now Williams gets to Lexus Great. Breakaway, no body back, easy bucket. To answer our engineer's question, no.
Our viewers don't get the benefit of hearing what we hear in our ear, and we do have some comedy relief sometimes.
The Bruins have brought in number 3, and that is Destiny Mitchell. First time I've seen her. Number 10 is underneath the basket. That's Day Day Braxton. And now Williams and Roberts out front. And
Good play.
who did I miss? I'm missing somebody.
I don't have any idea what he just called. I'm just totally confused. Called a foul on Bethel, number 10, because the girl fell across her.
There you go. Oh, and number 5, Alexis Creighton's out there. For the Warriors, we got Ellis and Butler and Cam Wilson and Chelsea Sears and Faith Butler on the floor.
Good drive by Ellis.
And there's Nia Williams. Had plenty of time, nobody on her. She took her time. Nice looking three-pointer.
Yes, sir. It's a double kick.
And not only did he call it with his foot, but he stopped the ball with his foot.
I'll tell you what, can't beat those young officials. They're still
Tell you
athletic.
what, agility.
Nope.
Oh, could have been a foul call. That
It's
was
only
a
a
nice
2.
three. Oh, he's only a 2.
2. He didn't signal a 3.
And there's the 3 by number 3 for the Bruins. That's Destiny Mitchell. Oh, wow. Day Braxton took it all the way down. 2 on 3. They were the 2-3 defense. Stopped, pulled up, drew the foul, and got the basket. 63 to 26.
Who did he call that on? Did you see? I didn't see who he called it on.
Be honest with you, I didn't either.
I think it was 30.
Well, if it is, that's like about 4 on her.
Yep.
Cam Wilson with a long three-pointer right off the back of the rim. And another three-pointer. And that was by Madonna Dahl.
Good pass.
It was a great pass.
And he's going to call a block, I think, on 11, and it didn't look that bad. I think she's out of the game.
If that's Newton.
No, he didn't. He called it on 3.
Okay, that's Ellis.
That may be her 5th.
Not yet.
Maybe.
Well, she's coming out for the Warriors, and
it's 12.
Tanika Fields is coming in.
There she is. She's lighting it up now.
That's Clifton, Haley Clifton with another 3. Alexa Great with the 3. Fields came away with that ball.
They were scrambling.
No, it's not a walk. She's on her knees. She hasn't moved.
Nobody had control. Well, good pass.
She drew the foul on Cam Newton, and Cam just basically put her hands up.
Just
Cam Wilson. Thank you, Krista. I've been watching too much pro football. I wonder if I'll do that with Cam Bake.
Well, we've done it before. Yeah.
Yep, that's her fifth. She's sitting down.
Yep. She's got her heart in the game. She's going to be a good player for a long time.
Yes, she is.
She tries it. She contributes in every way she can. Brings the ball up, tries to rebound, tries to set other shooters up.
And is a good three-point shooter.
Yep. Well, we're going to be governing player of the game tonight for both teams tonight, Bob. Brought by Tidewater Team Sports. Of course, that's Terry McNamara and your old buddy Dave Chubb.
What's the phone number?
5940411. Please give him a call for any of your athletic needs.
Screen printing, embroidery.
Oh, yeah. Do it all. Trophies, they can handle everything. Good steal. Try to do a crossover. Smart. She's going to fight for that ball until next week.
She is mad because she missed that first one.
Yes, she is. Yeah, that was great. She is not giving up on that ball. Well, what's the matter? She hurt? She lost it. She's lost a lens, I think. Yeah, something's wrong. Okay.
Now, the Bruins are back in that zone because they've got a lot of new players in there. That ball was bounced on the sideline.
Must have been. Because I know her foot wasn't out of bounds, but I was looking right at it. Yeah, Bethel's back in that zone, like you say. They got new players in there, and if they can make Kecoughtan eat time, as much time as they can, it's all to Bethel's favor.
Yes, absolutely. And right now, Kecoughtan has only had number 23 for the Warriors. That's Kayla Clifton.
She's hit 3 threes in the fourth quarter.
Nice drive that time by
Roberts.
Day Braxton.
Well, let's start talking about player of the game, Bob. We've got several choices here. Let me show you what I'm looking at right now. Okay. Boom. Nope.
Okay.
All right,
No harm, no blood, no foul.
Yeah, I guess not. You see the gloves for the next one. Maybe they want to let. Right now, we're looking here. Downtown. Good look underneath.
It was just, she had to gather herself after getting that ball and didn't have the, by the time she saw she was open and the defense got back, but it was a good job of looking for an open player underneath the basket.
Yeah, first thing she did was look underneath, see somebody she could get the ball to. Still Bethel's ball. Yep. A little slow getting to it. That's Fields' first bucket.
Tanika Fields, is that her first?
That's her first, yep. Again, folks, I know I just brought up again, we're going to be giving a player of the game shirts out here in a couple of minutes. We won't be giving the shirts out until later in the week. I've got them at home, and I'll hold them as long as I can. Because we'll be delivering to all the schools that we've got to do the games for this season so far.
We do want to thank Dave Chubb and Terry McNamara out at Tidewater Team Sports
for all the support that they've done for the Hampton school systems for years. Good jump and good look at the glass.
Oh, good drive. Good drive that time.
Took that ball and went to the bucket.
And Raven Jarvis.
I think he called it on 2 for Kecoughtan, and if that is, that's got to be her 5th. If that was 2, he called it on. I can't tell. This is 24 at the line? Or?
Yeah, Raven Jarvis.
Well, I tell you, these rims are tight on both ends tonight, buddy.
You better hit it dead center.
Kidding you.
Better hit it dead center.
Ain't no give, I'm telling you.
There you go. Good shot.
She took her shot. Good move.
It was a good pass.
Yeah.
Good intent. But if you're a point guard and you've got somebody that's hustling down the court, trying to get in position, if you possibly can, you want to get them the ball to give them an easy shot.
I think he called that on 30. That's her first, and that's going to put Clifton at the line, shooting 2. She scored 9 points in the 4th quarter, 3 trays. I'm telling you what, Bob, we're going to have these rims examined after the game.
Well, neither one of the teams have had much luck with her, except Alexa Gregg. She's used to it because she played here last 2 years.
Yeah. Unfair advantage, would you say? Well,
and she's got
Clifton
double fingers.
In the 4th quarter alone. Good smart, good pull up. I'm not so
she
sure.
Did,
I'm not so sure.
Oh, no.
Not so sure. It looked kind of deceptive, but she
Wait,
planted
she took a step, didn't move her pivot foot.
That's what I'm saying.
You lost.
No, she's hurt, I think. She went down. Hold on a second. I don't know what happened with this, a cramp?
I think she might have twisted her ankle a little bit. Good to see her tough it out, try to get, well, I don't know, she's grabbing her knee, or no, they're looking at her ankle.
58 seconds to go, Bob. I'm looking right here.
Go for it.
I think for Kecoughtan, we're going to go with number 23, Naira Clifton. I've got her with 15 points for the game. And she's been handling the ball and going to the boards a bit. And that little block shot right there. So for Kecoughtan, we're going to go with that's Clifton, correct?
Right. And for the Bruins, we're going with.
Let me get those points down first.
Alexa Great, is that correct?
That was Braxton. Yeah, we're going to go with Great, I think. Just the fact that she kept him in the game. She had 6, 7, 8, 16.
She had a few points.
She's got 20 points tonight so far, Bob. So I think if we're not just going for points, but she's when things were close, she kind of took over in spells there where she stole the ball, she looked for the open player down court, she got herself in position to score. So it's not just the 20 points, but it's how she got the 20 points. There's number 50.
Angel Savage is shooting at the foul line. 22 seconds to go. Want to thank her crew again. And we're talking about Randy Bagoli and Steve Fryer on the end line, Susan Bowers, Mube Gabri up in the stands. Graphics and animation, Matt Buckwalder, camera control operator, Renee Camden, engineer and audio, Greg Lesko, director, Krista Campbell, who has an intern, Heather Eckstein, with her tonight, and our executive producer, Andy Foley.
Good look
Oh,
ahead.
that was a great pass inside. And that's your final.
Well, again, our players of the game, Bob, one more time. Alexa Great for the Bethel Bruins, 20 points. And for the Kecoughtan Warriors, Nina Clifton with 15 points.
All right, the final score, Bethel 71, the homestanding Kecoughtan Warriors 36. I'm Bob Hentz along with Brent Musgrove and our crew. Good night, everybody.